Hey everyone, it's Dan here from Flexxable, and I'm sat here with Graham, my account manager. Hi, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Good. So we had a conversation last week inside my mastermind with Nick Thackelell from LeadsHook, and he was talking about how we can pull the data in from LeadsHook and combine it with what's happening inside the ad platform, whether it be Facebook or AdWords. So, for example, if a lead or a click is coming from a campaign which is broad, and we've got a specific ad that we're using in that campaign, and we're using specific targeting in that campaign, then we can pull that data through with what people are answering inside the LeadsHook quiz and combine them into a spreadsheet, and then use what's happening in the client's side of things to see what's converted, to be able to pull that kind of intel back from the client into our spreadsheet to figure out where the best leads are coming from. So it could be that a specific ad or a specific traffic source or a specific targeting, or whatever that is bringing in the very best quality leads, which means that you can, if you have this data, then you're able to switch off what isn't working and pour more money into what's working. So this is a really valuable video that we're going to run through here. And I'm not a tech person at all. So this is going to be great to have Graham kind of show me how all of this works and what it looks like. And then you guys will be able to implement this yourself and vastly improve the quality of your leads if you implement what we're doing here. So, Graham, okay, so this website that we've got here is a website from our dummy campaign. It's Biz Car Quotes. It's finance a hybrid vehicle for your business. It doesn't get live traffic. It's just an example we use inside our program, right? So if we consider, we've got a YouTube campaign working, and we've got some ads in YouTube pointing to this page. What happens from here to be able to do what I just explained?
So basically, inside your campaigns, each ad should have UTM set up or tracking parameters set up. So in for example, our YouTube campaign, on each ad, we would have UTM source, which is the campaign ID, UTM medium, which is the ad group ID, UTM content, which is the ad name, and UTM campaign, which is the source it's coming from.
Traffic source.
Yep. And I want to say this now. I know I don't use the UTMs how that probably Google has meant them for, but it's just the way I do it. It's just the way I can track it. It's just what I do. It's just to put it out there.
So what's being populated automatically and what's being populated manually? Because whenever you create your ad, right, you're going to have to add this UTM parameters on the back of the URL that you're when you create the ad. So which bits are automatically populated and which bits are manually populated?
So all this is added on the ad bit on the when you create the ad. UTM source is dynamic. UTM medium is dynamic. UTM content I add manually, and UTM campaign I add manually as well.
And the G-Clid?
The G-Clid, that basically you don't need to add that to your string at the ad level, because that will come whenever someone clicks off an ad on Google, basically. And I think the equivalent in Facebook is the F-Clid, I think it is.
Okay.
FB-Clid.
So that's just going to be added on anyway.
Yep. So just ignore that. That's going to be added on anyway, but we'll capture that later. And also, we want to add on device to your UTM string. So actually, I'm just going to make it more simple for you guys. So all of this, and we'll give you this in the resources. All of that you want to add to your ad link, basically. The final URL.
The device is dynamic as well, right?
Yes. Yep. Device is dynamic as well. Yep.
Cool.
So that's basically what you have to put on the ad level to get it through to the URL on the first page.
Cool. Okay, so what happens next?
So what happens next? So this is our quiz page, basically. So we're doing this on a quiz to results page funnel. So we use LeadsHook and Unbounce. This is a LeadsHook quiz. So next up, we want to go to lead hook.
Yeah.
So this is our decision tree. Basically, first things first, we want to go to admin and we want to go to custom fields. Okay, so we need to look at these and we need to add each one of these as a custom field in lead hook. So UTM source, UTM medium, UTM content, UTM campaign, and device, and also the Gclid. So you want to go to answer. We've already set it up. I'll just show you these. So I'll just go into, it's very simple to set up. You just press that big add button there, and it will come up with a screen that looks like this.
Yep.
And basically you just want to add them in UTM source exactly as it says. You don't actually need the default value. I think lead hook added that after.
Why is name capital and custom fields not capitalized? Is that?
So no, that's just, I think that was just me and my caps lock thing. It
right, okay. Doesn't matter.
The custom field is what matters, that bit there.
Yeah. So
you can call this, in name section, you can call it anything. The custom field has to be this, basically. Yeah, exact. So you do that, you add those, you add device as well, exactly the same, like that. And also you want to add the Gclid, and also you want to add the W braid too. That is basically a Gclid, but it's the Google Click ID they're using for iOS currently. And sometimes, not as often, they use the G braid as well. So you just want to add those three in as well: G braid, W braid, and the Gclid, just so you're capturing the click data. So once you've done that, you want to go back to your decision tree. Basically so obviously we're redirecting them to the results page, aren't we? So in the string that we'll show you what that
looks like in a minute. We can go through the quiz and show them what that looks like, right?
Yeah. So in the results page thing, you create an immediate redirect, which is obviously this is our results page URL. And then you want to add all of their answer custom fields, which you should already be doing already. So it brings it through to the results page. And also you want to add on, so after this, so Gclid, W braid. So now this is where you want to add on your UTM source, your UTM medium, your UTM content, your UTM campaign and device, which is done like this. So it will just be, I'll just go down to where I've added it. I'll come back to those things in a sec. There we go. So it would be done exactly like this. Again, we'll give you the string to show you exactly how it's done. So you can just copy and paste it on. And this is exactly how you want to add it on. Now, also what you want to add on, as you can see here, is I've added IP address, GeoIP region name, the internet service provider, which is the ISP, which is like, Virgin Sky in the UK. The city, the country code, and that's it. So this is the lead hook. So lead hook captures this automatically, but you just want to bring it through to the results page so you can capture it in your spreadsheet basically.
So it means, I guess it means if you're running traffic in the UK and you'll be able to find out whether London traffic is just converting for the client so much better than Manchester traffic, for example.
Exactly. Exactly. And just to show you where those custom fields are for the geo IPs, very easy to find, just in case you're not sure. You go to custom fields in admin again, you go to geo IP, and then you can find, continent code, continent name.
Yeah, so you can put in whatever you want, really.
Yeah, there's loads of these that lead hook captures. So you can put, if I just wanted to show you quickly, what lead hook actually captures. I think it'd be interesting for you guys to see. Slow today. There we go. And let's go to completed. So just to show you, so here's the normal answers they capture, and this is where you can find the field label kind of thing. and the field, which is all the stuff. Then this is where you can find the geo IP data here. So you can see all these.
Wow.
So they have a lot of stuff. So look through that, see what you want to get. I've obviously taken the ones that I want, and that will be given to you in the string, so you don't have to like go find them. But you might want to capture some other stuff that you're not sure of.
Zip code might be interesting.
We capture that in the actual form.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we already get that. So that's basically what you have to do in LeadsHook. So if we go back to here, so we've got all this information up there. So basically we'll go through the quiz now.
So someone's clicked on the ad and they're now on this page. It's pre-populated with everything that you've got there.
Yes.
And now the user is going through this quiz.
Yeah. So press yes, business owner, over 100, electric. Obviously this is just going through the quiz, answering the questions. Then it goes to the results page. Now you can check up here if it's bringing through the right stuff. So this is all the
LeadsHook values.
Yeah, the LeadsHook information, like what their answers basically. And you can see that it's captured the G-CLID there, which is good. WBRADE, G-BRADE. Now here we go. So the geo IP country code GB. Obviously, because that's where I'm based. City is Brighton. So you can see it's bringing it all through. Virgin Media, that's my internet provider. Region name is England. It's bringing through the IP address, and it's also bringing through the UTM, medium, source, campaign, content, and bringing through the device. So that's bringing through everything. It's all working properly. It's important that you check. It's all important that you check that. So the next thing you want to do on the results page. So you want to go into your results, and to make sure you're capturing all that data in unbounced now as well. You want to do the exact same thing in your unbounced form, except this is with hidden fields. So again, I've captured all of the answers, LeadsHook answers to the quiz. So I'll be capturing that in my form when they press go. Capturing the G-CLID, WBRADE, G-BRADE as well. And also I'm capturing now this geo data as well. IP address, region name, ISP has to be exactly the same as the custom field that appears here. So UTM campaign and IP address dash geo IP dash region name has to be exactly the same here to ensure it captures it. So as you can see, I've got the source, all that kind of stuff. You can capture whatever you want really, as long as you've got the correct fields set up. But that will all be collecting it now. And then we go through putting the name. And like that, and you press complete. Okay, so that's your like lead that's gone through. So that's all good. So I'm just going to go back to the start again. So once you've done that and you've made sure that you're capturing all the data, you can go and check here if you're capturing the data as well. Just show you quickly. If you go into leads, and you can see if Unbounce collecting the data. Flexxable, yep. So this one, let's have a look at what we've collected here. So as you can see, all the custom fields, all the hidden fields, sorry, are being populated. Getting all that through, so you know it's working. It's all good. So next up, we want to start basically populating our data spreadsheet, basically. So you want to create a spreadsheet. Obviously, we'll give this to you as a resource. This is my conversion data spreadsheet, which is what we'll be capturing. As you can see, I've got a Zap set up, which I'm going to show you how to do in a sec. But it captures all the data in this spreadsheet here, as you can see. So that's all good.
Amazing.
So basically, we're going to give you this spreadsheet. Let's look at the Zap. So the Zap is triggered from that form fill. So from the results page, when they click submit on the results page, this will trigger the Zap. So again, you just choose app and event, new form submission from your account. Make sure you set it up. The trigger, basically you want to find your landing page that you want to trigger the form fill off of, and then you want to test trigger. Now that test you've just put through there, that should be able to appear here. So you just want to press load more, and it should pop up there. You just want to double check. So it was test Flexxable, wasn't it? It looks like that's the right one. Just want to double check. Yeah, last name Flexxable. First name should be test. So that's all good. Press continue.
So it kind of tests in hindsight, in a way. It tests what's come through previously, if you want.
Sorry, Dan, you broke up there a little bit.
You can test what's happened previously just to make sure that the previously would have worked.
Yes, yeah. Very easily.
Yeah.
So then I put a little formatter in for the date and time, just so it's just a date. Just to show you how to do that, you just go to Format. You go to Action Event, Date, Time. Press Continue. And then to set up the action, where it says Transform, you want to go down to Formats. And then basically on Unbounce, there will be a lead creation date, which is here, created at. Now this has got a lot of data in there that we don't necessarily need. So I want to format it to, I'm English, so I want the English date in there, which is day first. Obviously the Americans can do month first. And time zone doesn't matter, so I'm just going to leave it on UTC. Ignore these two, that should be sweet. You press continue. And then you want to test and review just to make sure it's bringing out the right data. So yeah, that's what I want coming into the spreadsheet. And then you just press close, and then that's done. But I'm going to delete that because I've already got that step below. So that's what I did here before. Then you want to update your spreadsheet. So you want to select Google Sheets, create new row, choose account. So obviously my Google account, because that's where I created it. And then here you want to select the spreadsheet we're going to use, which is what I've called it, pivot table template. Worksheet, you want to make sure it's going into the conversion data worksheet there. That's what I've done. So then here, the date, you want to make sure you select it from the formatter, not from Unbounce or LeadTook. Just a heads up, you can change this out for LeadTook if you're just running a LeadTook quiz with the form inside LeadTook. Yep. You just change that to LeadTook or do an API node in there. So basically, so you just then basically pick the fields, match the fields basically. So you want your email address in there, postcode there, job status. This is the answers that they're giving. And you just want to match it, make sure it's going in the right column. Then here is the geo data here. So you want to add those in. And this is tracking data here. I've added in the Unbounce variant ID as well, just so you can track on the results page which variant's doing the best. So you can split test that, test the split tests in here as well. Lead price will be static, so whatever your lead price is, if it's 20 quid, put in 20, but make sure that's in there. Leave the converted thing empty. Okay. Obviously, test, turn on, all good. And as long as it's coming through to the right fields, actually, I'll just test this quickly, just to show you. Retest and continue. So we put a test through. So it looks it's all good. Let's just double check. Yep. So let's put that test lead through again, which is good. All come through. Yep. Correct. So I'm just going to delete that one. Cool. So basically now what you've got is you've got a data sheet that is going to be constantly updating with your new leads with all the information you've got here. So you can use this to really dig down and see what's working and using your data. Just to let you know, I would max out, or not max out, but go down to about 10,000 columns. I'll tell you why in a sec. But basically when you've got that working, next up, what you want to do is you want to create another sheet. Obviously, I'm going to give the sheet as a resource, so it will already be there for you. But I'd create a pivot table. Now I'm just going to delete this out just to show you how to do it. Very simple. Data, pivot table. Now you want to go existing sheet, and this is where it's going to insert to. So you want to insert it in this pivot table sheet here. So you select date range. Just click A. press OK. Now for the data range, this will be in the conversion data sheet basically. So you want to, again, select data range, go to conversion data, scroll along the top and get all the columns in. And then basically what you want to do is then just, as long as you've got the 10,000 columns in there, that will work fine. Press OK, create. So that will create your pivot table for you, okay? So that now you can use all those columns in here to look at whatever you want to look at. So this is what I would do. Firstly, I would find the date. I'd put that as a filter. This allows you to filter the dates you want to look at. So obviously they're going to come in real time. So you can do this in real time. And say you just wanted to look at today, you can just look at today. If you want to look at last week, last month, you just select the dates you want to look at. Perfect. So I press OK on that, showing all items at the moment. Values, normally I would put in lead price. And this basically shows, you know, how much you're making from whatever you want to kind of check against.
Yep.
So I would start off with putting ad name in the columns. So you can see which ad's doing better. So obviously here you can see ad 1 has got a lot more leads than ad 2, ad 3, ad 4. So this is already you can kind of see which ads working best, although, and especially with this iOS update coming in and messing up with the dashboards in Facebook and Google, this could be a very good way of making quick decisions rather than having to wait the 4 days kind of thing. Then the rows, so the rows, literally you can look at anything. So let's have a look. What do we want to check against? Let's do device first. So device, you just pop device in. And you can kind of see, so we've got mobile and desktop on there. Obviously our conversion data, this is just something that I just filled out, typed in. But so we've got desktop and mobile. You can see ad 1's resonating a lot better on mobile. So you can kind of make decisions based on that as well.
Perfect. What about the leads with the highest value, or the person that's trying to get the biggest loan, for example?
Yes, so yeah, you can do that. So car value, so remaining cost. So this will be the biggest loan, because basically on car finance, this is the remaining cost left. So you can kind of see what's going on here. So ad 1's obviously getting a lot. So yeah, so it's just basically one lead. So at the moment, we can't make a decision on that. But say there was a lot of people coming in with, you know, in the 30s, you're looking ad 2, ad 3, ad 4 are looking a bit light in after 25K, whereas ad 1's getting a lot more after 25K, as you can see.
Yeah. So I'm sure with some Excel skills, you can clean up this data a little bit as well, right?
Yeah.
Some whizzes out there will figure that out. Okay, cool.
So yeah, and then you can look at city as well, see which city is doing the best, or what ads resonating in what city. So ad 1's working well in Brighton and Manchester. So you could just do little campaigns just to Brighton and Manchester with that ad 1 possibly. But yeah, so this is all very good data. So you can literally look at anything you want in here, as long as you've got the right thing. Internet service providers, ad name, campaign ID, ad group ID, placement. So you can see. So for example, the placement, it's basically like the traffic source. You can kind of see which one's doing best. You might have different names for each, or this is how you can split out your data. So you can use just Facebook here. And if you wanted to look at which city's doing best on each individual thing, you can have 2 rows, which basically, so you can see how Facebook's doing. So so let's have a look. So ad 2 is doing well in Birmingham and Liverpool on Facebook. But it's not getting any love on GDN or YouTube really. So that's another great way that they can do it. So the next thing that you want to do, so that's your data done. This is your pivot table sorted, so you can really make some good decisions. The next thing that makes it really, really valuable is getting client data back from the client. So what you want to be doing, you want to be hounding your client for conversion data. You want the emails of the people that converted. and they should be able to run a report for you, send that over to you very easily. And once you have those emails, you can go to the third spreadsheet here, or third sheet. So you copy and paste the emails in this column here that have converted, and then next to each, you want to put yes. Next to every single email that you've pasted in, you want yes next to it, and I'll show you why. You go back to conversion data, and in the converted column, I have set up a Vlookup. Okay, so the Vlookup basically works like this. It has four sections to it. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to select the first email in your conversion data sheet, like so, which is B2. That's what I've done up here. The next section is the range you want to look up. So this will be in the lookup table.
So I'm just going to mute myself. The dogs are barking.
So the range pertains to this. So basically what I've done is I have made sure that it's down to 1,000. Down to 1,000 basically, which is over here. One sec, my mouse has just run out of battery, one sec. Cool. So basically what I've done, so the VLOOKUP. So B2 is your first thing, which pertains to this one here, the first cell in your email column in your conversion data. Then you want to look at the range of the lookup table. Now this is the lookup table here. And basically what I've done is I've gone down to 1,000 because everyone I add, I want it to be looking up basically. So I think I've got 1,000 sheets in here. You can do more, but that's just what I've tried to do. So that's the range. Then basically what you want, this one here pertains to which data you want to go in this column out of the range. So I've only got 2 columns in my range, A and B. This 2 pertains to B. I want the B column to be added. So that means if this email, when it finds this email, it will add yes into the converted column. If it doesn't find this email, it will add NA. Yep. Which is what it's done here, as you can see. And then this one basically, this basically means is the column sorted? Is this sorted? It's almost always false. Basically, you always want to put almost false in there. Yep. So that's how the VLOOKUP works. All you got to do is just basically drag it down, and it will look up that particular email in the row. So you can see the conversion. So now we can see which of these leads has converted. And then for the client, yeah, for the client. So they become a paid customer. And now you want more of those to improve the quality, don't you? So what you can do now is you put converted into rows, and then in the column you can kind of see which ad is getting the most people that have converted. So if you're looking here, ad 1 is definitely getting the most people that's converted, but it's obviously getting the most leads as well. So what it's saying here is probably it's around about, if we do just a quick calculation.
But 100% of ad 4s have converted into a client, by the looks of it.
No, so it's ad, yes, sorry, yeah. No, that's 50%. 50%.
Oh, 50%, yeah.
So if you look at this, you can kind of see the percentages of what's going on. So this one's converting at 40% of leads from ad 1 are converting 37. So ad 3 is doing very bad on the conversion front. So that's where I'd be looking to get rid of ad 3 and maybe put a bit more traffic to ad 4, just because that's got the highest conversion rate for the client. So I'd be looking at that. But obviously you want to make sure you've got enough data to make those decisions. I would say this is 4 leads basically, so that's not enough for me to make a very big decision, but it's a good indicator and you should carry on. But definitely I'd be turning off ad 3 based on that. And then you can look at loads of different stuff. So you can look at which internet service provider is getting the most conversions. So again, it looks like they've all got pretty much the same, although this conversion mid is a lot less. So those kind of things you can look at. convert and then this is where you can kind of see what answers they've given and the answers of the converted, which helps a business owner and contractors are getting a few conversions in, which is interesting. So this is the kind of stuff when you start pulling the data back from the client and putting it into this pivot table, it's very easy to do. You can really start learning more about the audience that is actually converting for the client as well. And that is going to really improve your lead quality when you put it back into advertising. Yeah. And there's loads of tools that can do this out there, but it's just, as Nick said, this is perfect for people who don't want to, who haven't got the money or don't particularly want to spend a fortune on tracking and all that kind of stuff. So this is Can I ask Graham while we're talking about it? We can pull this offline conversion data back into YouTube or Facebook, right? So say, for example, if you scroll to the right, all of those yeses can be pulled back and allocated to the campaigns and the ads inside Google's, inside the ad interface. And we could even pull in the lead price and tally, so we can get a good understanding of our profit and loss as a business almost, right? Very, very easy to do, actually. Yep. So what you'd need to do is add maybe a separate spreadsheet, which I've done I've done the training on Google conversion, offline conversion. So basically, we'd look at that, and let's just go get it. Might as well. So this sheet is where I do my conversions for the Google offline conversions. If we wanted to do this, we'd have to get another sheet here, and we'd rename it.
Maybe we can do version 2 of this training as the next video on how to pull everything back into AdWords or whatever, rather than putting you on the spot at the moment.
No, it's fine because I've already done that training. It's just not the conversion data, so it would just be a simple add-on to just basically Vlookup kind of thing. But yeah, we can definitely do version 2. Yeah.
Good. Wow. Okay. So anything else you want to cover? I think it's a fantastic way to be able to, not only look at what's converting inside AdWords, for example, if this is coming from AdWords, but also what attributes the person has that they answer in the quiz. Whether it be a business owner, a contractor, how much they want to borrow. The data is king, right? That's what we really want to capture from the start. So if you are starting with a new client, or even if you're a little bit more mature lead gen, then you want to have this set up alongside LeadsHook, so you can just hit the ground running, because this data is going to build over time. You're going to be able to get some statistical significance after a while and make some really informed decisions, and it's going to impress the hell out of your buyer as well. Imagine if you're able to show them that out of the 2,000 leads you've bought, a large proportion of them have come from, a specific ad or a specific campaign or a specific ad network. It's going to be so easy to show them. It's going to be easy for you to be able to increase your prices because of that. It's just, the proof is in the pudding, right? So I think it's a great sales tool as well as an internal tool for the agency. So thanks, Graham.
No worries at all.
Awesome, mate. We'll wrap it up there. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Take care.